Okay, so the last 2 days have been incredible in Bordeaux 2023 on Primeur. With super seconds, I think some of the best wines of the vintage. And again, prices down. So let's start out with Tuesday. We have the other Pichon Baron. Remember on Monday we had Pichon Lalande that came out. Pichon Baron came out on Tuesday. That wine was down 23% from the 2022 vintage, and it was a spectacular Baron. I mean, I really liked it, and actually Christian Seeley from Pichon Baron, he actually brought out the 2022 so we can taste them side by side, and the 23 is right there. I mean, right there, seriously. So a great Pichon Baron, definitely one to check out. Another wine that I was super impressed with was Chateau Pavi. They decided that they're going to incorporate all of their high-end wines into Pavi now. So basically, Pavi de Cesse and Bellevue Mandat are all now part of Pavi. They backed off a little bit on the extraction. Maybe it's just a vintage, but what I found is that the wines that were normally very kind of big and very powerful during on Primeur and during barrel tasting, these wines had a tendency to have a lot of complexity, or this wine in particular, the 23s. And I found it also in aromas, the Pavi, the second wine of Chateau Pavi as well, because basically he's using all of his younger vines that are now 20 years old, which is a lot of Cabernet Franc into aromas. I found that I never had a Pavi at a barrel that had so much complexity to it. So again, a fantastic Pavi, down 22% over the 2022. I mean, cycling through a 100-point score at it. So it is a wine to really consider if you're, putting together your portfolio for 2023 futures. We also have his home estate of Chateau Montmusquet as well, a fantastic wine. Also, one of the top wines in Pomerol, L'Église Clénay, came out as well. Complexity in Pomerol, you have that. You have that beautiful fruit characteristics, but you also have a lot of complexity because the terroir there is so diverse. And then finally, Le Violet and Le Gay also came out from Pomerol. Le Violet is one of those wines at a very small property, incredible terroir there. It's all Merlot, it's blue clay, a lot like Petrus. and it's just a fantastic wine. Now we're moving to today, and today is like I mentioned before, Big Wednesday, and a lot of these wines are, again, some of my favorites of the vintage. Starting out with Chateau Canan. There are a couple of pundits that threw 100 points at it. Owned by Chanel. That's the Chanel. Perfume, purses, all that kind of stuff. It goes back to complexity. It goes back to layers in the wine. It goes back to what people are really discovering in Bordeaux right now with either climate change or things that are going on. It's just that they're not just hitting you over the head with a 2x4 anymore. It's just more about elegance and complexity in the wines, and that is Chateau Canan is just nailed it in this vintage. To me, it was one of my favorite wines. For the money, it's pretty crazy. And then another one of my favorite wines, Le Carmes Haut Brion, also came out today. What Guillaume Potier is doing with that chateau and the terroir there. Again, remember, Carmes Haut Brion was once part of Haut Brion, so you're getting that Haut Brion thing kind of situation, but with really modern winemaking. Carmes has a lot of Cabernet Franc, and that Franc gives complexity to the Merlot and to the Cabernet. So Cabernet Sauvignon, that is. So again, fantastic wine. Carmes is down almost 30% over last year. And again, one of the wines of the vintage, big scores. I mean, for maybe we're around $130 a bottle. I mean, you're talking terroir like Haut Brion and like Le Mission Haut Brion. So the deal is totally there. I think Carmes is one of the greatest investments. They're going to have a new bottle. Actually, the new bottle came out in 22, so they're going to do a wax cap now. So no longer foil caps, a fresh new label. So it looks smart as well. Today, in addition to Canon, Chanel owns Berliquet and Rosan Segla, two killer wines, both of them down 20% and 23% respectively over the 22 as well. Another one that we had actually last month we did a lunch with Jean-Baptiste Audi. His family owns JB Audi, which is a negociant out of Libourne, and they do mostly right bank wines. But they own like some of the greatest dirt in Pomerol. We're doing Clos de Cocher. Again, another wine that has gone down. They only go down 11%, but they're not expensive to begin with. I mean, we're talking Pomerol, we're talking L'Église Clenay's neighbor, and we're talking under $65 a bottle. So another fantastic wine. Pavi McCann came out, so Nicolas Tiepont's home property. For the price and for the scores, I mean, let's see, I have to actually look at my notes, but he's down over 30% too. 98, 99 point suckling. And again, under $70 a bottle, killer wine. And I know I'm going on because we have so many wines that have come out in the last couple of days and are all like the top wines, and we're gonna do this tomorrow too. But again, check it out on the offer that we sent. We have all the scores, we have all the prices reductions versus 2022, and happy hunting because this is go time.